Well, last week, one of the funnier segments that we covered was about the not stewardesses, but stewards that we talked about.
Yeah, the game on planes.
Yes, exactly. And we talked about stewardesses who got in a fight to where the captain of the plane felt he needed to land the plane.
Right.
Because these chicks were beating the shit out of each other.
Right.
Well, here's another story about a incident on a plane again.
Okay.
A pissed off passenger urinates on fellow flyers.
Okay.
A pissed off passenger who was not allowed to smoke or drink alcohol. Now, I don't know. Are there any passenger planes anymore that you can smoke on board?
I don't think so.
I think they eliminated that way back in the 80s, didn't they?
That's been. I can't remember the last time there was smoking on a plane. I really don't remember. I mean, I was in like junior high school or something last time I was on a plane and somebody could smoke.
Yeah, so it was in the 70s or in the 80s that they stopped you from smoking on a plane anymore.
Yeah, it's been forever.
All right, well, a passenger was not allowed to smoke or drink alcohol aboard a Paris-bound plane and took out his frustrations on a fellow flyer by urinating on him.
That'll teach him.
Yeah.
That'll teach this guy that had nothing to do with it.
Sure. The Mile High Waterworks forced the Air Mediterranean flight from Algiers to divert to Lyon when the flight attendants pinned the shirtless goon after a free-for-all.
What the fuck was going on that he was shirtless?
Well, he was probably already loaded. You know, he probably drank like his fill at the airport bar.
Right.
And he was probably like totally loaded and wanted more, and they wouldn't give him any more because he was totally blasted.
Right, so he got all belligerent.
Yeah. Another man involved in the melee also was removed from the Airbus A321 at Lyon, where the charter flight was delayed for about 3 hours.
Damn.
3 hours.
Over a guy pissing.
Right. The airline based in Toulouse uses the Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris as its hub for domestic flights and international routes to the Canary Islands, Greece, and Lebanon, among other destinations. The P-Brain isn't the first flyer to relieve himself outside of the airplane's bathroom. In September, a man was arrested at a Portland International Airport, Oregon, after he allegedly urinated on fellow passengers on a JetBlue flight from Alaska. What is with people?
Oh, come on. What's wrong with that?
The 27-year-old man who had been sleeping for most of the flight stood up and began peeing through the space between the seats in front of him. So he was using, the two seats in front of you. So he sticks his dick between there and starts taking a piss like he's in a urinal.
Good God.
Jeez. In 2011, French actor Gerard Depardieu was ejected from the city jet flight from Paris to Dublin after he wet the aisle while the plane was taxiing on the runway. He fumed that he needed to use the toilet, but was told he would have to wait until the plane was airborne.
So he said, fuck you.
Yeah, so I'm just going to whip it out right here. Fuck is wrong with people?
I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, of course. When you hear these stories, you just don't ever want to leave the house.
Yeah. I don't know. Did I ever tell you my plane story?
No, I don't think so.
It's not as it's the other way. So I was engaged to this girl, Brenda.
Okay.
We came home from Korea.
All right.
And we took a Korean air flight, and they gave us free beers on the plane.
Okay.
To which we drank a ton of them. Got all fucked up.
All right.
and I kind of convinced her to give me a handy right there in the seat.
Okay.
So she fucking jerked me off, but I had one of those little. I don't even know if they still have these or not. You remember they had the little tiny pillow and the little tiny blanket?
Yeah. They still have those.
So she like covered her hand up with the tiny blanket.
Yeah.
And I fucking blew my load all over the fucking blanket, and she fucking folded it up and put it in the over.
Oh boy. Wow.
She didn't know what to do.
Right.
And put it in the over.
Sure.
You know, the stewardess fucking got a nasty surprise.
I'm sure either that or the next passenger.
Yeah, because they might not even have looked at it because it was folded up.
Right. Well, when I flew back from Nam,
yeah,
they had the little tiny blanket.
Yeah.
But it was all hermetically sealed in a plastic bag.
Okay.
You know, so you got a brand new, fresh little blanket if you wanted to use it.
So now you do, but back then they didn't.
Yeah, I know. They had those little blankets and little pillows up in the overhead.
They probably started putting those little bags on those things.
Just because of you. Just because of you.
Somebody probably sued the airline for $10 million because they fucking put a blanket over their face and got a fucking mouthful of cum.
Right.
Come on, you think I was the only one that ever did that?
I'm sure you're not.
That was a fun flight, though.
I would imagine.
Got hammered and a handy.
There you go.
Flight, that was good.